Fans, welcome to the 2026 Stars of Tomorrow tournament presented by Youth Hockey Hub. Today's game is a championship game in the boys 2014 division, featuring the home team on the scoreboard, Team West, as they take on the visitors on the scoreboard, Team East. Let's be starting the lineups first for the visitors, Team East. Starting in net will be number 30, Henry Neefus. Starting on defense will be number 2, Eli Procaccini. His defensive partner will be number 10, Brady Stevens. Starting at the wing will be number 16, Easton Dorbach. Also on the wing, number 8, Sammy Sarin. And centering that line, number 17, Stuart Carr. And the rest of Team East. Head coach for Team East is Kyle Ewing. Now let's meet the starting lineup for Team White. Starting in net will be number 1, Hunter Hillman. And please welcome the rest of Team West. Head coach for Team West is Max Johnson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise, remove your caps, and face the flag with the light of our national anthem. Both teams now let's play hockey.
Back at Eden Prairie. Game number 3 here in the final day of the 2026 Stars of Tomorrow. Right, Jeff Davis with the call to the east on our left. And the west wearing white to our right. This is the championship of the 2014 boys event. Tell you more about these teams as the game moves on. The East in gray, the West in white, and we are underway. And it's picked up and carried over the line by Sam Sarek for the East. A centering pass, and it's tipped over the top of the net. The goaltender's Hunter Hillman for the West to our right, and Henry Neefus, number 30, in goal for the East to our left. Only one goaltender for the West team, so Hillman will go all the way. And now cleared to the near side, and the West will play it out. Noah Lavoie out towards center ice, and it's controlled by, finally, the East at the blue line. It's broken up, though, and now in skates and played back to the West line. And to center, and here's Owen Cady over the line, and pass for Lindbo in front, and that fails to connect. Now loose to the right edge, and it goes back behind the net. Finally cleared up the boards and held by Lavoie, and he throws it in front. They score! And who got the last touch? Might have been Katie. Lavoie took the original shot, and the West has the lead, 1-0, and it didn't take long. Only 55 seconds, 21-minute halves we're playing today, so we'll wait and see who got the last touch on that one. Wait for the announcement and move on. Lavoie unassisted, so nobody got a touch in front of the goal. I wondered if it was deflected. It might have gone off a defenseman in front, but it's unassisted in any event. And it's 1-0 for the West, and they will carry it in. Colton Arellano, number 6. And now playing up the boards and out. And chasing after it for the West is Toivo Stark, number 12. And getting there first will be Lavoie, the goal scorer. His first goal of the tournament, unassisted after 55 seconds of play. And now out to center it comes, and here's Miles Weller for East, playing it ahead. And now over the line, Grayson Grodem plays it. Now controlled by Jack Burrell, who will play it on into the zone. And behind the net, Hillman sets it up. And here is Stark out to the far side. Now played up the slot, and a nice move there by Pavel Basov, number 8, to pick it up. Now over the line comes Tucker Johnson to the right, leaving a drop pass, and that's intercepted by Weller for the East, and back they come down the wing and into the zone. And it winds up going back behind the net. 2 minutes gone here in the opening half. Now a centering pass is going to come right between the point men and all the way back. And Neefus will make the easy stop and leave it for Weller. So Weller starts out, and now over the line he comes. Weller to the far side, puts on a move on Pender. Now it winds up still along the boards, a centering pass, and trying to set up a relay attempt in front for Tyler Ullman, and that's broken up. Now down the near wing, the West breaks to center, and here's Kane Kuat, number 10, for the line, and he threw it into the middle. It was blocked and played down to the glove by Kane Kuat, and he plays it back around behind the net. Now Katie plays to center, broken up in the circle by Lucas Payne, and now it's played out to center. Now Paskey, Luke Paskey for the West. Now controlled, here's Kuat again, and he's over the line. Working to the right side, and now throws it back in front for a tip from Katie, and he put it wide of the goal. Now played up the near side, and the East will play it to center ice, and here's Tyler Ullman over the line, and he works in, he drags, he shoots, and a stick save by Hillman. Comes off to the right boards, and now controlled by Jack Burrell, played out to center, and now loose. Burrell will pick it up, and he starts back over the line. Good head of steam there, but lost possession, and it comes to the circle. Played ahead, and now here comes the West out to center ice. Unable to play it ahead is Peter Johnson with 4 goals. He is the leading goal scorer for West and the leading goal scorer on the ice in this one. Now here's Reese Schroden over the line. Takes a shot, save Neefus, rebound off to the near boards. And played finally up the wall and out. And here comes the East back. Centering pass and loose. Finally a shot out. Trapper save there by Hillman. It comes off to the left side. Now in front of the net, and it's picked up finally by defense behind the net. We're going to have a penalty. Our first penalty of the game will come up, and we'll sort that out. Bishop Cement, number 9, but we'll see. .427 the time of the penalty. Relay shot, they score! Right off the face-off. Pavel Basov. And it is 2-0. First goal of the tournament. Four minutes and 36 seconds. So the power play lasted 9 seconds for the West, and they get a goal. Now over the line, East. So Tucker Johnson winning the face-off, getting the assist on that goal, and it's 2-0 for Team East. Now back to come again. Backhanded shot, and that's knocked behind the net off the stick of Katie. Excuse me. There we go. Now pick up the slot, and down to the circle, and a shot there by King Hewitt. Oh, and a save made. Tough one in traffic. Goaltender down, and defense is able to bail him out. Played back into the left corner. The West zone now loose to the circle. They try to come in front, and McGill had it knocked away, and it comes on out to center, and here's a race for it down the near wing. Getting the score sheets straightened out, I beg your pardon, as the puck comes down to the corner on the far side. Jack Burrell, 15, plays it up the wall, and it's intercepted. Now here comes the East back after a brief exchange of possessions, and down the wing, Tyler Ullman over the line, and that's intercepted, and back comes the West over the line. Aroleno closing, and he takes a shot that goes wide. Rebound comes around to the far side and to the wall. Cement plays it ahead, and out to center it comes. Now controlled by the West, Stark, and that's picked off. And Sam Sarek playing it in behind the net, looking to center, comes up the slot, and a move there by Weller to free it up. Centering pass, that's broken up, and it comes out to center. On the near side, Weller. His pass intercepted, a break-in and a chance right on, and a save by Nefas on Alexei Basov. And boy, that was close. Faceoff coming up to the left of the East goal. Finally played back behind the net. Easton Dornbach with it. Beg your pardon. It's played back deep, and after it, over the West is Tyler Vingy, number 24. Sometimes it's counterproductive trying to breathe. The puck comes to the near side. And finally, Vingy plays it towards the front of the net and winds up deflecting to the near side corner. Here's Dornbach in the circle, and his pass comes to the boards, and now headman to center for Lucas Payne over the line. Winds and takes a slap shot right on, and a save made by Hillman, and a face-off coming up with 12:43 now to go in our first half of play. It's 2-0 for the West. Goals for Lavoie and for Pavel Basov. Both their first goals of this event. And in the title tilt, the West has the lead. And now out to center it comes. It's played into the zone, and Orlando unable to get to it, and now he will, a shoving match there with Jack Stokey. Puck comes in front, and now played ahead. Here comes the East to center. Grayson Grodum over the line, and now he leaves a drop pass. That's a good one, and a shot winds up deflecting over the top. And Sarek closest to it now on the near side, controlled by the West, and Colton Thody, number 4, comes up the slot, and then his pass nearly intercepted as it winds up deflecting back behind the net. After it for the West is Schroden, and he plays to the right wing, and out they come. Pavel Bazov, Arellano shooting it in, then he heads for the bench, and now cleared to the near side. 11:50 now to go. The first half is Weller. Plays it rink wide, and it comes out to center ice. Stokey plays it, and now the West back in possession near their blue line, but having trouble with it is Lavoie, and it's now cleared. And finally shot back into the zone by McGill for the East, and all winds up back behind the net. Stark over to the far side, gets it back on a return pass, and a pass up the near wing. Pavel Basov comes over the line, and he spins at the wall, and then kept it. Well, under check, now he's at the hash mark, and it drops it back to Stark, who's bowled over. There's going to be a penalty to Lucas Payne coming up for the East, and it's going to be a body check, and that will put the West right back on the power play. Time of the penalties, 10 minutes and 50 seconds. First power play lasted only 9 seconds before Basov scored a goal. Now the chance to go up 3 to the left point, and Vingy can't hold it. Now he goes down the wall. And after it is Jace Lindbow in the corner. Now fished out, Paskey. Oh, a centering pass, a sharp one, and it's picked off. And it comes out to center, and here's Dornbach over the line. And a centering pass, and that winds up swept behind the net off the stick of McGill. And now they'll play for it in the corner. And again, this comes off the wall, throws it in front, and a close-in stop by Hillman. Now a shot from the boards by Sarek. No, Sarek's in the penalty box. That'd be Weller as the puck comes out to center ice. Rink-wide pass to the left. Here's Lindbow over the line. Jace Lindbow stops, waits for help, and a deflection there by Hewitt with the skate, and winds up to the right of the goal, trying to pass the puck to himself. Coming in to help out is Lindbow. And players from both teams in. Halfway through the power play, 10 minutes to go in the first half. Puck comes over to the far side, and it's controlled there by Schroden. Now he's got it, throws it to the wall, and broken up in front of the net, and Weller will pick it up and clear it ahead. And now here's a chance as Burrell gets behind the defense. He's got a breakaway going in. He shoots, and a save by Hillman, who came up with a beauty there. And now back out to center, and Johnson controls it for the West. 30 seconds in the penalty. He plays it ahead to Colton Thody over the line. A shot, a save by Neefus. Rebound comes to the near side, and it's banked off the boards and out to center. And here's Dornbach playing it ahead to the left. Here's Carr, Stuart Carr over the line. Gets to the dot and then try to drop pass. Goes off the traffic, but now up the slot. Here they come again, and a chance. Ew, and a shot there by Procaccini, and that winds up going wide. 8 seconds in the penalty. West comes back out. A different outcome on this power play than on their first one. It's going to be offside at the blue line as the penalty comes to an end, and the East gets Sarek back as the puck comes back into the West zone, and here's Lavoie. The near side with 9 minutes to go in the first half, and now a steal down low. Payne closes in, and it winds up. Played to the near side, and finally back deep into the East zone. Stokey will come around on the far side, rink wide to the near side for Payne. Push out of the penalty box, and he shoots it in. Now set up there at the left, and now Vingy comes back behind the goal for the West. Plays to the right side, and now a rink-wide pass comes out to center. And it's picked up there by Tavin Pender, number 5. He lost possession, and carrying over the line, Grodum. He cuts to the slot. Grayson Grodum still has possession, and then tried to flick it down low as Johnson goes after it, and then he winds up knocked off. The puck comes to the near side, and finally up the wall, Pavel Basov at center, and they lost possession. Crashing in Payne, trying to win the puck, but the West is too quick for him, and now cleared Rink wide, and here's Pavel Basov over the line. He takes a shot, and a save made by Neefus as the puck goes behind the net. Now McGill plays around on the right side. Under 8 minutes to go in the first, and now a pass out to center ice. Stepping into the play there was Lindboe to knock it away. And now Lindboe plays it up the boards, past McGill and back deep into the zone. Clyde Ewing for the East feeds it over to the far side. Held up by Kuet. Now he's got an opportunity, and players in front. A backhanded centering pass by Pavel Basov. Broken up, and now here comes the East to center ice. Over the line, Bishop Cement, and he will now play it. And lost possession, back out to center, and now here comes the West breaking in. And on the far boards, Kuet winds up circling back along the wall, watched by Sarek as the puck comes to the far side. Now cleared to the boards. Kuet takes a shot, and it goes off traffic and behind the net. Lindboe after it there. Now Owen Cady in control. And Cady tried to go back down the wall, and he puts it into a crowd of players, and they'll have to dig it out there. Under 7 minutes now to go in the first half. Puck comes to the far side, and Ullman tries to play. He can't. And West controls centering pass, and that's intercepted neatly by the defender Weller. Now it played to the right point. One-time shot by Schroden, and that winds up in the glove with the goaltender Henry Neefus. And we'll get a face-off with 6:42 now, excuse me, to go in the first half of play. Played into the corner from the face-off, and finally back behind the net as Payne tries to come out the left side and can't get it out of the zone. Thody plays it down the wall, and back they come in. A shot once, twice, and Arellano is stopped by Neefus. And now the East starting back, trying to get something going here, trailing by 2 goals as a neat interception there by Peter Johnson brings the puck back the other way. And Thody shoots it in rink wide to the far side, and now Burrell goes after it along the wall. Burrell plays it up the boards. It's going to be held at the right point by Lavoie, and it's laying there now. It's finally controlled by the East, and Payne feeds it to the right side. He's got it over the line. Payne tries to cut to the slot. Sharp angled shot, stopped by Hillman. Comes off to the near side, and finally cleared on out to center ice. We got a whistle, and I think we're going to, well, the net's off for one thing. See if there's anything else that's going to come along with that. But the net dislodged, so we'll get a face-off. 5:50 to play, first half. Goals for Lavoie and Pavel Basov for the West, and that's all we've had so far. Now take a look at what these teams have done in this tournament. Team West is 2-0-1. They defeated North 7-5, defeated South 2-1, and tied East 4-4. So these teams playing here in Eden Prairie yesterday and could not decide it. 4-4 the score. Is in the West zone. Now comes to the right edge of the goal crease, and the goaltender Hillman over to make a stop. East in this tournament has a win, a loss, and a tie. They defeated the South 4-3, lost 8-1 to the North. And then the West tie got them into the title tilt. Laid up the boards on the far side, and Kane Kuet tries to get out of the zone and can't. Now, just over 5 minutes to go. A pass to center ice is picked off by Sarek, and now played ahead. Now back comes the West over the line. Kuet takes a shot off the traffic, and now chased by Cady. Was behind the net to the near side, and Kane Kuet has the puck along the far board, the near boards rather. Now a centering pass and a drop to the left point. Paskey can't hold, and now a break down the wing. And here comes Sam Sarek. Closing in, and he's brought down from behind, and we are going to get a penalty. Holding is the call, and right here, unfortunately for a penalty shot, it wouldn't be out of order. You have to be a step free, and in the referee's judgment, that is not close enough. So the time of the penalty is 16 minutes and 24 seconds. First power play for the East in this game. And here comes the West to center, right off the faceoff. And Orlando goes after it. Schroden gets the penalty. And here's a shot by Lavoie. That's off the traffic and out to center ice. And a pass in, and now it's offside on the left as Sarek. Unable to keep the play on side. Now the West starts back. And this is Johnson. Tucker Johnson playing it down behind the net, and now Ewing. Go to the far side now, played to Grodom and a little bit too far. Defense will be able to control that. They play to center ice. Johnson tried to control it off the wall, and it's carried back into the zone. Centering pass for Grodom now to the near side. Here's a shot, and a save made off of Sarek as the puck comes up the slot, and Ewing throws it in front, and Sarek with a poke at it, and the rebound is shot wide. Hillman stopped the first one. Puck comes to the right point. Here's a deflection in front, a rebound. They score! And Sarek gets his goal. He's worked hard. His third goal of the event, and we are at 2-1. Both teams with power play goals in this one. .1733 power play goal. McGill and Ewing get assists with 3:05 to go. The puck shot back deep into the East zone. And a penalty coming. And I think it's going to put the East right back on the power play. And now the puck is touched, and the penalty will be called. A high stick is being assessed. And heading to the penalty box for the West is Kane Hewitt, and that's the second straight power play coming up for the East. A chance to get the game tied up. Time of this penalty, 18 minutes and 13 seconds. We'll go back to the girls for the last two games here at Eden Prairie today. The girls 2015 is next, followed by the 2013 girls to finish off this event. Now shot in from the draw, now played down off a shot by Lindbo. Now to the near side, here comes the East back. And again, Sarek over the line. And the power play sets up. 1:40 to go in it, 2:26 to go in the first half of play. Now played down to the corner. Here's a shot, comes off the goaltender Hillman, and now back behind the net. Here's East Stuart Carr, and defender fell, and it's played out to center ice, and Weller has to come across for it. And now Weller over the line. Works right in, centers it, and it comes up the slot. A shot by Sarek, blocked, rebound, and that goes wide. And now the puck finally picked up and cleared past Weller the length of the ice. So we're under 2 minutes now to go in the half, and it's icing against the West. Exactly 1 minute to go in the penalty on Hewitt for high sticking. from the draw, controlled by the East. And Procaccini at the left point plays it into the circle. Now deflected. A centering pass is picked up and cleared. That will also be an icing against the West. A minute 30 to go in the first half and 43 seconds of power play. Comes to the right point from the face-off, and Grady Stevens now down the wall. Grodem. Back to Stevens. He takes a shot. Doesn't get through. Follow-up, though, as Grodem winds up putting it behind the net. Payne with it. 26 in the power play. Payne shoots. What a glove stop that was by Hillman. Just stuck the glove up, and there it was. And we'll get a face-off to his right with a minute 10 to go. Played behind the net by Orlino to the near side, and 16 seconds to kill for the West, and they'll get back on level terms in terms of skaters. They have the lead 2-1. We're in the last minute now. And it's played ahead, and here's Grodem over the line, swinging past the defender, Orlino. Now a pass to the near side, and a shot and a stick save made off the stick of Stokey. Comes around behind to the far side, and Pender goes after it. And the penalty is over. West back at full strength, back behind the net. The puck goes, and Grayson Grodem looks to center, takes a hit in against the boards, and now cleared. Picked up by Thody, and now cleared out to center ice, and the West trying to work it ahead, and they will bring it. Here's Johnson over the line. Gets to the dot. Sharp angle, centering pass. It's the outside of the net. Rebound picked up, and now cleared ahead. There's activity behind the play too, and now as Payne comes over the line for, a nice move there for Payne, closing into the circle. He shoots, he scores, and Lucas Payne has made it 2-2 in the last 10 seconds of the first half. We are even at 2. 20 minutes and 50 seconds in our 21-minute half. Puck drop. That will come back into the West zone, and that's where our first half will come to an end. And it's 2-2 after 21 minutes. So West scores the first 2, East gets the last 2. And that's where we stand. Each team 1 for 2 on the power play. Can't be any more even than that. Let's take a break and come back with more from Stars of Tomorrow on the Youth Hockey Hub. Jace Engstrom now in goal for the East. The goaltender split time as Hunter Hillman remains in for the West, who's the only goaltender they have, and he's played well. 2-2 to score as we start the second half of play, and it comes back deep into the West zone, and Pender takes it behind the goal. Jeff Papis, my name, as we come out for the second half of our third game. Tucker Johnson over the line, feeds it towards the middle, and it's in skates. Johnson tried to backhand it towards the net. Alexei Basov goes to the corner, and he and Ullman go after it. Basov will feed the right point, and it sneaks out to center. And Mingy has it now, played back into the zone. Now played down the wing. Here's Tucker Johnson trying to squeeze his way through along the boards without a whole lot of success as Ullman picks it up for the East. Now plays it up the wall for Procaccini, and now they'll still slug away at it there in the near boards. Come off the wall there as Kuet. He centers it, and it comes off Clyde Ewing and winds up going behind the goal. Behind the net, Lavoie. Around to the right side, Lavoie unable to win the puck, but now comes back to it, the right edge, centering pass, and a quick shot, and a good stop there by Engstrom against King Kuet. And now back behind the goal, Lindbo. As they're starting to buzz here, centering pass picked off, and it's carried out. And here comes the East. This is Ewing. Oh, toe drag, closing, and he goes behind the net with it. Played out to center ice, and finally down the wing, and Katie, that's broken up, and now back comes the East, and Dornbach over the line, looks to center it, and it came right back to him. Dornbach comes off the wall, and then lost possession. Penalty coming here on the East as the forward, Owen Katie, was brought down. Tripping is indicated, and Dornbach is judged to be guilty. 2 minutes and 5 seconds the time, and it's power play number 3 for the West. And East now in the penalty box for the third time, and a drop to the right point. Schroeder down to Arolino in the circle. Beside the net now, a centering pass, and it's off the traffic and behind the net. After it there is Peter Johnson, comes around to the far side. It puts it into the circle, and a shot by Schroeder is blocked and goes wide. And once again, now a centering pass into the slot, comes all the way through to the near side, and it's picked up by the East and cleared on out to center ice as Stuart Carr will play it into the zone, and Hellman will set it up behind the goal, clears around to the far side, and now out to center. And here comes Peter Johnson, and he plays it rink wide into the zone. It's picked up by Weller, and now cleared and out to center ice. After it, Paskey trying to find a friend on the near side, and he does. Johnson, rink wide pass, and Arolino had to circle back, and they were changing. Now it's loose in the center circle, controlled by Paskey, and he feeds it now over the line to Tucker Johnson. That's broken up, and here's Carr. And he will flip it off the boards and back deep into the zone. 40 seconds remaining in the power play, and here's Pender starting back. Rink wide pass to the right, and it's Alexei Basov forced to circle back. Basov in the center circle, now comes towards the near side. He's over the line. Leaves it for Pavel. Basov now back behind the net. Alexei with it, and comes out the far side. Leaves it to the right point, now working around. Mingy high in the slot, back of the right side, and it gets past the defender on that side. Pender now cleared, but not out. Pender holds it in. 13 in the power play, and he goes down behind the net, and Johnson will go after it. Johnson watched there by Grady Stevens as the puck comes to the right point, and Pender plays it right back down the wall. 5 seconds in the power play, and Pender at the right point, and he tried to circle it for Alexei Basov, and now he's got it back as the penalty comes to an end. Basov throws it in front. Oh, he had the goaltender shifting position as Engstrom, but he somehow had just enough to get back and make a stop, and over the line comes Sarek, and he will come wide. He takes a shot, and a stick save by Hillman. Rebound up the slot, and it's picked up. Here come the West back. 2-2, and over the line they come. Now it is Katie. Sharp angle. He tried to pull it back to the forehand and was not able to shoot. The puck picked up and cleared all the way down the ice, and it will be icing against the East with 16 minutes and 21 seconds to go here in the second half of a 2-2 contest. Couple of well-matched teams here. As we mentioned they've already played the one tie in this tournament. Now here's Kuet, and he feeds it over to the far side. From the circle, they score! Lavoie, his second goal of the game and of the tournament, and it is 3-2 for the West, which has not trailed in this game. It comes at 4 minutes and 45 seconds of our second half. All right. West controls, feeds rink wide to the near side. Lindbo got the announcement. I certainly didn't see that as goal is being given a start. So Troy will start, just like we said, 4:45 of the second half. 3-2 anyhow for the West. That was sure of. This is a puck go over the line. Lindbo gets to the forehand, gets a step, closes in, and then unable to center it. Nice play by Lindbo to make some space for himself. As here's Katie on the far side, and now it's picked up by the East, and they control out to center ice. Pass ahead, and here's Haney over the line. Toe drag shoots, and a trapper saved by Hillman off to the far side. Now it's to a side in the corner as the puck comes around to the near corner boards. Over 15 minutes to go, and now the East with plenty of time, but still trailing by a goal. Now it comes to the right, and Dornbach has it around behind the goal. The carom by Lavoie as he feeds it off to the far side, and now played to center ice. And now a chance as would have been offside, and Lindbo heads for the bench as the puck comes towards the near side, and now the East will step out of the zone, loose at the blue line, and a big collision there. And now a hit. We're going to get a penalty here as Colton Arellano was knocked down by Miles Weller, and that is going to be penalized. So Weller goes to the penalty box, and it's going to be a straight rough. .6:27 is the time, and it is another power play for the West. We've had 6 minor penalties in this game. 4 of them have gone to the East, and they are shorthanded again. Played out, and here's a race for it, and a 2-on-1 coming. A shot, and a shorthanded goal. And the pose for Sammy Sarek. Second goal of the game, shorthanded, and it's tied at 3. Now at center, Pender shoots it in. And Procaccini with the only assist, and here they come again. And it's Dornbach closing, Dornbach shooting, and coming out to cut the angle. Hillman took it away from him. And a face-off coming. Minute 25 in the power play, but nearly a second shorthanded goal in this penalty kill as Dornbach broke in all by himself. Draw coming to the left of Hunter Hillman, who's had plenty to do here in the last few minutes. Out to center, Lindbo down the wing, and then lost out to McGill as the puck comes to center ice and finally controlled. And over the line, Hewitt. He takes a shot and it goes wide to the far side. Long rebound up the boards and out to center ice. Finally picked up by Carr. Carr goes down playing without a stick and now has to come back for it. Back in the West zone, Linbo. And with 13:20 to go in the second half and just under a minute in the penalty, they bring the puck in offside on the right. And we'll get a face-off all the way back in the West zone. At center, played with an open wing as Linbo had looped back towards the middle, and now played Linbo carry over the line. He centers it, a chance in front, off the traffic, off the stick of Kane Hewitt. Now it's controlled by the West with 25 seconds of power play. Now controlled again by Owen Cady. Centers it, and a great stop off Linbo from Jace Engstrom in front of the goal, and now we'll get a face-off in the East zone. They have 19 seconds of power play left, and there's 12:51 to go in our second half. 3-3 tie, and it's been a fun one here in the boys 2014s. Now back in the left corner, Procaccini. He's it ahead, and it's held in right on the blue line. Centering pass, and it comes right back of the defense. Now another centering pass. Loose in front, and finally at the right edge, Johnny on the spot. Kane Hewitt was not able to beat the goaltender Engstrom. And we're going to get a cross-check. Cross-checking penalty coming up. And I think it's on Carr. Yes. Played to center ice, and another power play for the West, and now poked ahead by Paney, and now into the zone, and it's offside, so we'll get a face-off out of neutral ice. A cross-check is the call. Will face off outside the West line. Lavoie, Pavel Bazov, and Stark for the West. Now played ahead, and here's Johnson. After Johnson feeding it to the right side, and a shot is going to climb the stick of the defender and go over the top of the net. As it's picked up there by Pavel Bazov to Alexei in the corner, cleared around to the near side. Johnson chasing after it, but he is not going to get there. Comes to the left point, held by Vingy. Takes a shot, pad save by Engstrom. Puck off to the right, and now play to the right point for Pender. He tried to throw it in front. It's intercepted, and out comes the East, and they are dangerous again over the line. And a shot, and a glove stop by Hillman. And we'll get a face-off with 50 seconds to go in the penalty. And now out to center ice. And here comes the West in. Linbo. And he runs into a wall of gray as the puck is picked up and cleared all the way down the ice. That will be icing. Take it all the way back. Puck comes to the top of the circle. On the far side, we're going to get a whistle, and we have another penalty. Interference coming up here. This has been a hotly contested contest. And heading to the penalty box is Kane Hewitt. It's the second time today. 10 minutes and 11 seconds is the time. We're coming up on the halfway mark of this second half. We got 25 seconds of 4-on-4 and then a quick power play for the East. As the puck comes down the wing and is carried ahead. And this is Katie over the line. That's broken up. Now to the near side, and here's Weller coming back down the wing. Weller over the line and goes behind the net and finally drops it to the circle. Now up the slot. Here's a shot. They score! A power play goal after only 3 seconds of extra man as Grayson Grodum comes in and makes the play for the East. That is his first goal of the tournament, and it comes at 10:39. It is a power play goal. They've been on a power play for exactly 3 seconds, and they're now 2 for 3. Now, it's the West that needs to find a way to come back. It's the first time they've been behind today. Oh, they gave it to Dornbach, excuse me. All right, and we'll now see if the West has a tying goal with 9:52 to go. Still lots of time, but a centering pass. Here's our first opportunity, and putting it over the top is Colton Fody for the West. Now down in the circle, and that's controlled finally by Carr, who plays it out. Actually overskated, now loose along the boards. It's played all the way down the ice. It'll come right on goal, and Hillman will get the stop. Now down the far side, we have Carr involved with a player. The puck comes in. Here's a shot and a glove save off of Piney by Hunter Hillman. And we'll get another draw with 9:18 to go. Basov on the far side. Pender down the wall. Alexei Basov tried to play to the front, and it winds up behind instead. And now to the near side, here is Pavel Basov, who has a goal. And now cleared, but not out. Alexei Basov plays it down the wall. Johnson trying to break through and can't. Puck shot the length of the ice. And no icing. 8.5 minutes to go. Cleared around to the near side, and Ullman is going to get there first. He comes off the wall. Ullman closing, shooting, save made by Hunter Hillman. And we'll get a face-off with now 8:26 left. Draw again to the left of the West goal. West led 2-0 and 3-2 in this one, but the East has scored 4 of the last 5 goals in this one. Picked up on the wall by Sarek, and now he will play it down. And going after it behind the net, Lavoie. Back in the near corner for Toivo Stark. Now off the wall, Stokey puts it in front. And it's deflected off to the corner. Katie. Long pass to center, looking there for Lindbo, and it's broken up in the center circle. And over the line comes the East. And it's picked up now by Stokey, and that's intercepted, carried out to center, and now a chance for Lindbo breaking in. The goaltender is betwixt and between. He comes out and makes the play. And now in the corner, Lindbo again. Just a little too much mustard on that puck, and Lindbo couldn't quite catch up to it. Here's Hewitt. Corner back to Lindbo, back to Hewitt beside the net, centering pass, broken up at the right edge. Lindbo centers, and it comes through to the far side for Lavoie at the right point. He plays it down behind. Here's Cody leaving it there for Lindbo. 7:20 to go. Lindbo takes a shot, glove save, rebound, left in front, and They're unable to get back to it, the West, and now the puck winds up in the circle on the far side as Owen Katie now plays it down. Lindbo again. And backhanded ahead by Grodem, but he can't get it out. Now out to center ice, and they break out 2-on-1. And here they come over the line. A shot, and they score. I believe that was Sarek getting that one, but it took a deflection off the post on the way in. And Sammy Sarek has a hat trick in this one, and it's now 5-3 with 6:53 to go. 14:07 is the time of the goal. And West is taking its time out here with 6:53 to go. Let's take one ourselves, and we'll come back with more. Stars of Tomorrow comes your way on the Youth Hockey. Is concluded, and we are ready to go. 6:53 to go, and it's a 5-3 game for the East now as they have got the momentum going, and over the line here comes Paskey for the West. Lays it down, and behind the goal here's Stuart Carr beating it around to the far side. Dornbach, and it's going to be held in at the right point. Played down again by Luke Paskey. Now loose in the circle and controlled, and here comes the East pack. Carr feeding to the near side, and Piney over the line. He cuts to the slot. Piney works in and then still has it as he tried to get around the defender. Winds up in the corner, centers it, and Carr can't get to it. It's loose. Now Carr does get to it and puts it off a defender right in front of the goal as the West defending frantically now. And they've got a floater behind the defense as the puck comes out, and they don't use him. And over the line now they do as the puck comes to Arolino. Takes a shot, glove save, rebound, loose in the crease, and it's under the goaltender. So we'll get a face-off with 6:03 to go, and a chance there for the West as Colton Arolino came in, and a terrific shot. Engstrom made a good stop on him, and the puck wound up under the goaltender in the crease. So we'll get a face-off to Engstrom's left. Fed up the boards, and a shot. So now the puck comes out to center ice. And now here comes the Easton again, Tyler Ullman. And he is on his backhand, and he is escorted off the puck. We're going to get a checking penalty here. And West will be shorthanded again, as really not much you can do about that, but the contact is made with the player facing the boards, and that'll get called every time in this day and age. And heading to the penalty box for the West is Tucker Johnson. And it comes at 15:30. And another power play for the East. They are 2 for 3 so far. Now, puck in front of the net, finally cleared off to the right side and controlled by Katie, who starts out. And Katie will shoot it in. He had Lindbo ahead of him on the play. He couldn't carry it, had been offside as the puck comes in. Lindbo after it. Plays it to the circle. And here's a shot. Hits the outside of the net by Lavoie, and it winds up played to the left side. And turned back by Katie, but only briefly. Out to center ice, whacking away at it there, Lavoie, and now to the far side, Stokey will play it in for the East. Stokey in the circle, closing, he takes a shot, goaltender out to challenge, and Hillman made the stop, and back comes the West. Here's Katie down the wing. 1:07 in the penalty as Katie working on Procaccini, and Procaccini brings him down, and there's a penalty coming, which will wipe out the power play. And with exactly a minute to go in it, it'll be Eli Procaccini taking the penalty. And a trip is indicated. 16:31 the time. And a 5-3 game. Solid comeback by the East, falling behind 2-0 in the first 5 minutes of this game. And now they lead it by 2. And now it's 4 aside for a minute. And then a power play comes to the right point. Here's a drive, and that goes wide off the stick of Lindbo. Now it's picked up in the near corner as Cody then lost it, and it's played to the right point. Step up there, Schroden shoots. Save made by Engstrom. Pucks to the corner, now behind the net. Now it's over 4 minutes left, and they will come out to center ice. 5-3 the score as it's played on into the zone. Going after it for the West will be Paskey behind the net. Comes out the far side and then lost it, but there to help him out is Reese Schroden. And Schroden plays it ahead for Cody on the near side. Can't get it out of the zone though. And finally, it'll come to the far side, and Weller will pick it up with 8 seconds to kill on 4-on-4, and then they'll be shorthanded for a minute as Thody unable to play it past Weller in the zone. Now up the boards. Thody now a power play for the West. It's their 6th of the game as the puck picked up in the circle and finally cleared and out as Carr has it at the neutral ice area, and he shoots it in. Hillman sets it up behind the goal with 3:15 to go. 45 seconds of power play left. Puck too far for Kuat on the far side. Held in there by Peeney. Comes to the slot. That's intercepted, and now here comes Colton Thody back over the line for the West. There's a toe drag backhander and a save made by Engstrom. Face-off coming, and we'll get a draw to the left of the East goal. 2:59 to go. West has used its timeout. We've got a power play here with 31 seconds to run and just under 3 minutes left on the scoreboard. And comes to the right point. Here's a shot and a save made. Rebound, and Pavel Basov couldn't get a stick on it. Now here is Vingy feeding it down. Pavel Basov in the corner. 18 seconds in the power play. Puck comes up the wall and it's controlled, and out comes Peeney, and he will start out over the line, cuts to the slot, tries a toe drag, and it comes to the left of the goal. Goaltender out, a centering pass, and it comes between the point men and back out. Here's Ewing. Penalty is over, and East is at full strength, and it comes over the line, and it's picked up there by Lucas Peeney, and he winds up going to the corner behind the net. And finally, Tucker Johnson tries to take the puck off him. 2:16 to go. Peeney still has it though. Strong on his skates, feeds it to the left point. And a chance for Ewing, who feeds it back down the wall for Peeney, and then he fanned on his pass. And Tucker Johnson sends it ahead. And they want the goaltender to come off on the bench, and I don't think he's got I guess they weren't signaling. Both coaches were waving towards the goaltender, and Hillman stayed right where he was and over the line. And that pass is picked off, and it might have been a good thing he stayed in, as now played over to the near side. Centering pass, and that will be picked up by Katie. 1:40 to go. Now the goaltender's coming, and here is Lindbo. And he plays it around behind the net to the far side. Kuat is after it. He goes to the right point. 6 skaters now for the West. They score! A shot from the top of the circle finds its way past Engstrom, and it's 5-4 with 1:28 left. Well, we got a finish coming here. (19 minutes, 32 seconds is the time. We'll wait for the announcement. Lavoie from Katie. 1:14 to go, and the puck out to center ice, and here's Weller with it. 5-4 game, and now over the line. Centering pass and a return down low from Grodem, and that is broken up. 1 minute to go. And West looking for a tying goal, but they can't get out of their zone at the moment. Now here's Lavoie, and he goes down behind the net. A centering pass, and it comes to the near side. 45 seconds to go, and they still can't get out of the zone. Comes to the near side and played back down by Stokey into the corner, and now around behind the net for Weller. Great work here by the East to keep the puck up ice. And now here comes Hewitt. He tries to come out. The puck comes out to center ice. 25 seconds to go. And now a pass, and here comes Hewitt shooting, and that goes wide. 18 seconds to go. Goaltender is off again, but there's only 15 seconds to go, and a pass out to center ice. Now with 11 seconds left. Working rink wide into the zone, and closing is Paskey. Cuts to the slot, and it's loose in front. A scramble, a shot. They score with 1/10 of a second to play. How do you like that? Owen Cady with the goal, and it's 5-5. The clock is at zeros, but that goal should count. There was 1/10 of a second left when I looked at the clock. And Owen Cady at 20 minutes and 59 seconds. That's a good goal. So we go to overtime, 5-5. West scores twice with the goaltender pulled. Well, that's quite the how do you do there, as Lavoie at 19:32 with the goaltender pulled. Well, 1:28 left, and then Cady scoring with less than 1 second remaining on the clock. Also with the goaltender pulled, and it is 5-5. Are you not entertained? Very good effort from all of these young players today. Sarek with a hat trick for the East today. Lavoie with 2 goals for the West. Stark with a goal. And the tying goal by Owen Cady, who came in leading the team in scoring in the tournament with 5 points, 2 goals and 3 assists. He was involved in both the goals with the goaltender off. And over on the far bench, Hunter Hillman is having an equipment issue that they're going to deal with. So we're going to go 4 aside here for 3 minutes. And the way they've done this in the past is then 3 aside and then a shootout. These teams played at 2 real good tie games. So we'll see if overtime can decide a winner. Peter Odney behind the scores table. He gets to decide who's on the all tournament team. This is going to be a difficult task for him. Goaltenders exchange fist bumps as Hillman goes back now that his equipment issue is dealt with. overtime. 3 minutes on the board. This time the teams do change ends. And the West starts up. And pass nearly intercepted on the way to Schroden. Now played back deep into the zone by Procaccini. And now here comes the East back. Over the line. 1 against 4 at the moment. The Friends come in to help out. Now the puck picked up on the far side by Sarek. Now dropped to Procaccini at the left point. Down into the circle there for Paney. And now intercepted and taken out by Kane Hewitt. That's to center. Hewitt works to his left and then gives it to Katie. Over the line, Owen Katie cuts to the slot, fires, and that's over the top as Engstrom watched that one sail high. And now behind the net, led around on the far side, and this is Paney with it, and now goes back behind the net. First minute gone in the first overtime, and here's Weller. Starting back, Miles Weller's had a good game today. He's over the line, working there against Katie, cuts to the slot. Katie took it off him, and now the pass to the near side is deflected on its way out to center. Katie working to the left side, and then Katie, with good read there, comes back in to play defense and takes Sarek to the boards on the far side, and now Sarek with 1:39 in the overtime will drop it to the right point. Closing is Paney to the slot. He works, he shoots. A save made and a rebound. Loose at the right edge as Hellman made the first stop and his defense did the rest. Comes out to the blue line and out to center ice as Hewitt is after it. Now he's got it on his backhand and he plays it across. 1:19 to go. And over the line, these players have been on the ice for the entire shift. And now a shot and a penalty is coming in overtime. And it's going to go against Kane Hewitt, I believe. It'll be a trip. And it is. But this is running time, so and it comes at 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And it's now 4 against 3 as they come over the line, working in, a shot out, a save by Hillman against Burrell, and now Burrell has it. There's a shot, deflected, they score, and the game is over. It is a power play goal by, I believe, Dornbach, and that does it with 16 seconds to go in overtime. The East wins it. He deflected it, and his stick evidently was below the crossbar. So this game is over. And it is a power play goal in overtime that wins it. At 2 minutes and 43 seconds.
Score of the game winner for East in overtime is number 16, Easton Dornbach. Goal assist goes to number 15, Chad Burrell.
So Burrell gets the assist for taking the shot, and Dornbach with the deflection wins the game.
Here's our final score in this matchup. Team East 6 and Team West 5. And now if we can get both teams to line up on the blue line,
So now we'll get the all-tournament teams, and this was a very, very good youth hockey game. Congratulations to both teams for a job well done. Here's the announcements.
All right, when you hear your name called, please come forward and accept your all-tournament hats. First up, our all-tournament goalie from Team East, Jace Engstrom. Our all-tournament defense player was from Team West, Noah LaFoy. Alternate defense from Team East, Miles Weller. Alternate team forward from Team East, Sammy Sarek. Alternate forward from Team West, Owen Katie. And our alternate forward and MVP from Team East, Easton Dornbaugh. Once again, congratulations to all the all-tournament players and congratulations to Team East, champions in the 2014 division.
Team picture as the East outlasts the West in a very good game in the 14, 6-5 in overtime. We still have 2 games to go. The girls 2015s are next, East versus West, and then we're closed out by West versus South in the 2013s. Still 2 games to go here at